get a number. Okay, let me just do it like this. I've just created a variable and I'm giving a number here called 5. Okay, this is simple. Let me make it more simple. This is a computer generated number, a random number called 5. Let me just collect the number from user also. User input. I'm just collecting the number from user now. Prompt. I'll ask user to enter the number. Enter the number from 1 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Okay. So hope you guys have understood this part now. I've created a variable inside which I have a random number. Then I am collecting the data from the user. I generated a number, random number 5, and I have generated a number called. I'm collecting the data of the user inside this variable. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just create a if loop. I'll just create a if statement where user will just a minute, where user input, if user input is equal to computer input, which means a random number that I have given, then what I'll do is I'll just select this one. I'll just select this one called head. Okay, I'll just select heading 1 dot get element by id head and in HTML you won the game. Okay, so guys, this is what happening here. So let me just see every time I reload. Now I have created a game here. So what happening is computer has a number called 5 and I'm asking user to enter the number here from 1 to 10. I'm asking user to guess the number. Okay, instead of this enter, I'll just mention like this: guess the number from 1 to 10. Okay, if the user entered number and the random number is equal, then user will get this message: you won the game. Else user will get the message: you lost it. Okay, let's try now. If I've just reloaded it and I'm just mentioning 7. Okay, it's just number guessing here. Okay, let me just refresh. 9. Is there any mistake? Okay, let me just save this one. I didn't save HTML, so that is why. So you type 7. It says you lost it. Let me just refresh it. And 4. It says you lost it. Computer generated number is 5. Let me just enter the correct number now. I'll just type 5. It says you won the game. This is, see, I'm collecting the data. First of all, I have a random number here that is from the computer, that is 5, and I'm collecting the data from the user. So every time I have to refresh it. Every time, only if I refresh, it will give me the pop-up: you lost it. Again, to play, again I have to refresh. Okay, so every time I have to refresh it. So there is something called as loop. There is something called as loops. The first loop that we are going to learn is while loop. Okay, while loop. To start a while loop, you can just start it in this way. Just type while, and similar to the if statement, you can give your if condition here. While inside this brackets, you can give the if statement, if conditions. Let me just tell you about the while loop. Okay, while loop is executed until the condition is met, or until the condition is not met. Okay, let me just show it to you here. While loop, if random is not equal to this symbol, and equal to defines not equal to, if computer number is not equal to user input, then execute this loop. We are entering into a loop is nothing but a continuous action, okay, a continuous instructions to the computer into okay, into a circle kind of thing, which will never stop until the condition is met, until the condition is out, it will not stop. Okay, so while this is the condition, if if this is a condition, if random number is not equal to user given number, if the user number is not equal, you can give it in this way also, if the user number is not equal to a random number, we will enter into this loop. So this loop, what this loop will do is document dot get element by id, id is here, and inner html, you lost the game. Okay, it will give me this option. Until this is a condition, it will give me this option. Okay, until the user is until the user is entering the number that is 5, it will keep giving me this message. Okay, this we have entered into a loop. Okay, so but guys, okay, let me just save this and show it. So I'm just mentioning one. See, it has entered into a loop. My screen is stuck, I cannot do anything, I cannot do even right click, because this has entered into a loop now, continuous loop, because we have not given any exit statement or any update statement. So let me just terminate this first. And what I'll do is, so if the user of so what here, what I'll do is, if the user is giving a number that is not equal to this one, we will enter into this loop where document.get element, it will ask, it will tell the user you lost the game. After this again, I will ask the user to enter the number so that we can get back to this statement, no, so that we are in the loop. Okay, until the user is entering a correct number, we are inside this loop only. Okay, so let me just save this, and now let me just open this in a live server. See, I'll mention 3. See, it is a loop. I'm not doing anything. It is a continuous loop. 7. It is loop. It is a loop. If I just enter 5, it will come out of loop. Okay. It came out of the loop, but you lost the game, it is showing, because I've mentioned it this way. Okay. You won the game, it should be. Okay, guys, hope you have understood why the while loop is used. Until this is a condition, these instructions are repeated again and again inside while loop. Since Aisha has a photo, let me give it one more, the better way. Let me make it in the better way now. Okay, we will give an alert message to the user, like alert, you lost the game. Okay, so what is happening here is, if the number is not equal to the computer number, it will pop up, it will give a pop-up called as you lost the game. Okay, it will give a pop-up called as you lost the game, and I'll give one more pop-up here called try again. You lost the game, try again. Okay, then I'll give this pop-up once again, then I'll no, ask the user to and guess once again, guess once again. Okay, I'll ask the user to guess once again. Once the user is guessing the number correctly, I want the once the user is once this is once the user is equal to a random number, then then this loop will end here. We will get out of the loop. After coming out of the loop, I want user to see this message: you won the game. Okay, so let's see now. It's giving me a message now. Let me just type 2. You lost the game. Try again. Okay. It will, if I just press 7, see, you lost the game. Try again. If I just enter 5, it came out of a loop and it is giving me an option called as you won the game. Okay. So if this is a condition, we will enter into this loop. This instructions will keep happening until the condition is met, or until no, this is not a condition. Until the condition is no, not met, we will be inside this loop. Once the condition is not met, we will get out of this loop and we will see this message. Okay, I'll give you a better example now. Okay, let me just remove this everything and give you a better example. I have a variable called count, const 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 I'll start a variable called as count. I'll give a number as 0. Okay, I'll create a variable. I want to count from, what I want to do is I want to count uh, this numbers from 0 to 5. I want to start a loop in which I have, you know, I have the number of I have this counting numbers from 0 to 5 or 0 to 10. Okay, let me just start this. I'll just start while, and I can give a condition here until count is less than 10. If the count is less than 10, enter into this loop. Okay, so in this loop, what I'll do is I'll just do console.log. I'll just mention here like count is, or I'll just directly write a count here, count. Okay, so to come out of this loop, once the, see, if I'm just entering a condition here, if the number you can see here, this is count is 0. If the count is, until the count is less than 10, we will be inside this loop only. But we are not updating this one here, right? So we will be stuck inside this loop itself. So let's update this one. So every time we are entering into this loop, every time the loop is performing the instructions, I want the count variable to increase count equal to count plus 1. So present value of the count plus 1. So every time we are going into a loop, our variable number will increase to 1. Okay, first time I went to variable, this will count, it will become 1. Second time I went, that 1 plus 1 more 1, like that it will increase. So let me just check this. So 10 times our loop will execute here. Okay, sorry, it should be it. Okay, so this is the mistake because I've given const here instead of let. You guys know that it cannot be changed. Let me make this log, save, remove this and make this count. Just save now. See, this is working now. So we until this is a condition, count is lesser than 10, we are entering into this loop. So we are entering into a loop. Inside the loop, this is instructions that we have given. We are logging the whatever the value of the count, and we are incrementing the count to 1. Every time we are entering into a loop, we are incrementing a count number to 1. Okay, so this is how we have got this result from 1 to 10. I can do document.write also. This time this won't work. Guys, you have understood while loop now. So guys, I have one more task for you. So what you will do is you will collect the input from user. You will give him the multiplication table from 1 to 10. Multiplication table from 1 to 10. Okay, so let me just tell you now more clearly. If the user, you're collecting the data from the user, if the user is entering 2, okay, you will show on the window, you will show him the 2 table. 2 ones are 2, 2 2 twos are 4, okay, 2 threes are 6. This things you will, this table from 1 to 10 multiplication table, you will show to the user. Can we do this, guys? I'll tell you the approach also how to do that. First thing, you know that you will you will create variable to collect data from user. This is one thing you will do. Okay, this is step 1. Second step is create a variable and give it, assign it number 1. Simple, number 1. Okay, so that you can, what you can do is, what you will do is, here you will enter to the loop, if this number, the second variable that you have created, if the second variable is less than or equal to 10, you will enter into a loop. So every time you, so once we enter into a loop, so every time the loop performs, what you will do is you will count this, you will increase the value of this variable to 1, and you will multiply with the input that the user has given. Can we do this? You have understood this part, or should I explain it in more precise way? Then you will try once. Let me just show you. So first thing what I'll do is I'll just create a variable which will collect the user data. Okay, user input. Which is window what prompt. Okay, guys, you all know that if the user is entering the data here, this is a string, so I need to convert this into a no, floating number, or I need to convert this into a percent, but an integer. Okay, so okay, let me just do it in this way. Okay, so let me just convert this into a floating number called float. I have converted it into a floating number now. Okay, I can convert into an integer also. So int. Okay, I have converted this. So whatever the user is entering the data, that will be converted as a number. First thing I have did this one. Second thing is I'll just create a variable that has a number called as multiply. Multiply. I'll give this as equal to 1. Let me just create a while loop now. Okay, so we are entering into a while loop until, because I want to show the user the multiplication from 1 to 10. So whatever he, let's say he is giving number 2, then I want to show him like 2 ones are 2, 2 2 twos are 4, 2 no 2 threes are 6, like that I want to show him till 10, 2 2 tens are 20, till that I want to show him. So how do I do that? So this thing multiplication, I'll start from 1, it should go till 10. Multiply number is equal to less than or equal to 10. We are entering into this number, this loop. So in this loop what will happen is I'll just write document dot write. Okay, document dot write equals to, I'll do this multiplication here. I'm multiplying, right? So first thing I want to multiply users data into this one. So user input multiplied by this, multiply the number we have. So first thing is users input, I'm multiplying this once we are entering into this one. Then I want to update this multiplication value. First time we are entering, this will be 1. Second time we are entering, I want this to be 2. So I'll increment this by plus 1 every time. I'll just save this. Let me just open the browser. It's giving an A, which means not a number every time. So let me just fix this. Let's remove this and convert it into an integer here. Let's see it now. Let me just enter number 3 and see the result. See, I've got 3 ones 3, 3 twos 6. I know this is coming like this, but let me just give a break also here. After every number I want to give a break. How do I do this? I'll just give a break tag. Let me just save this. Now let me try. Let's say I'm giving a number 5. Enter. See, 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15. So like this I have got till 10. Okay, let me just give some other number. Let me just give 8. See, I've got the table of 8. Let me just give some big number, 78. See, I've got the table for that also. Guys, hope you people have understood the concept of while loop. Until the condition is met, or to achieve some counting of numbers, we enter into this loop and we perform the action.